Good morning. I'm just up in the garden. The garden's just waking up for spring, so it still looks very bare from the summer. And I'm going to faff about now. I'm just in the summer house. I'm going to do some tidying up because you see we're stored quite a bit in here and it's been a bit unloved over the winter. We do have electricity in it and heating, but it's sort of closed off a lot, so I'm going to do something with the chandelier. There's no electricity in the chandelier because all the electricity is through sockets on the floor, but this is the new bench I bought when I had that splurge after we achieved the target for the boiler. I went out to Tacky Max to buy some soap and I came back with a bench. So I'm going to faff about and I shall show you what I'm doing. They actually don't look too bad now I'm seeing them, but they look a bit dead, look better on the camera than they do. So, Eureka, I've done it. I've changed the darker colours for the lighter colour with spring coming. So, it's done. It's still moving about, but it's done. And there's all the ones I've taken out, repurposed. So I'm quite chuffed with that. Everything's nice and empty. Hello, there's me. One of these days I'll be able to take a video with me in it, but I just don't know how to do it yet. So there you go. Hi, just me. Hope you're all well. I put the first clip on of some bits and pieces I've been doing. You know, and I don't know if I mentioned that once we hit the target for the boiler, we had a little bit spare cash, so I actually nipped to Tacky Max. I was only going to buy some soap, but I came home with a garden bench. Anyway, I've now got it into the summer house. We've got electricity in the summer house, but we didn't put I keep saying chandelier, the chandelier. We didn't fix that in because we didn't think we really needed it, so we've just gone for plugs. But anyway, I bought a cheap chandelier, a couple of years ago, and I've just put some foliage on, so I've updated that. So that's what the last clip was. The summer house, it was a funny one because when we moved in, I thought, oh, I'd love a summer house. I've always wanted one. And I said to my husband, could I get a summer house? And he said, no. He said, no, not with all the work we've got to do, you can't. And at that point, I'd just retired. When we moved from Newcastle to Cheshire, I left my proper job behind, came here, and I actually took up a little job in Booth's, the supermarket, which I loved. But I'd just left there, and he said, no, you can't have a summer house. So I went back to Booth's. And I stayed there till I bought it myself. So that's the story of the summer house. It was a good learning lesson, because if I wanted something, really I should be working for it. I shouldn't be taking money out of the budget for anything else. I was so proud of myself when I earned that as a Sunday girl at Booth's. Sunday girl. So that's the story of the summer house. That's why it gives me a lot of pleasure, and it's a bit like having a Wendy house, I suppose, when you were young. Anyway, that's the story of that. I will be putting other clips in. I wanted to show you a little bit of Lymm, which is a village near where we live. Very pretty, worth a visit if you're in the area. And I wanted to update you on the diet. This week I've lost nothing. Gutted, because I actually, for the first time, felt thinner. You know, when you feel thinner. But I've lost nothing. So I'm still stuck at the 13 stone, £5, and I went out with the daughter to Origi Bianchi's, and the eldest daughter's on a diet and she's lost £15. But when she is doing it really properly, she's been very strict. She does a lot of exercise because she's got a gym herself, and she teaches a lot of classes. But I was a bit put out, actually. I thought, how dare I lose more weight? I've got like weight loss envy. So this week I've really got to pull my socks up. I'll give you a bit of a laugh because I'd seen a recipe online for a healthy cake. It's oats, yogurt, egg, cocoa powder. What else did he put in? And a bit of baking powder. Well, I didn't have I'm not a good cook, because I don't cook. Didn't have a proper baking tray, so baking tin. So the tin I put it in was small. It's come out. It looks. You see it? I never get on the Great British Bake Off. What does it taste like? I put pecans in because I thought that might be nice. I'd make it again, but I'd get the proper size tray. It also, with the cocoa powder, he had put brown sugar in, but I didn't want to put brown sugar in mine. But I think I would chop the dates up and put dates in to get that bit of sweetness, because I think cocoa powder can be a little bit bitter. But, I mean, look at that. You see how flat it is. But it was an experiment. I did take a video to show you, but apparently I hadn't pressed the button. But epic fail. And I did show you the chai puddings that I think I'm better just faffing about, mixing a bit up. So with this, all I'm going to do is squirt a little bit of, a tiny bit, because I've already had my drink of honey on, and I buy seeds and mix them all up together. So it's like a seed mix. I quite like seeds. Pumpkin seeds, I think, are my favourite, and I'm going to put a few of those on the top. And it's just ways of putting more things, good things into your diet. Sweet cravings, I have suffered a bit this week thinking about, I think it's saying all the Easter eggs. Even though you don't want them and you know they're bad for you, it's the fact that you see them and your brain goes, you really want one of them, don't you, girl? And then the other part of you goes, actually, no, I don't. The other part goes, you're lying. And you know yourself you're lying. But, c'est la vie. So there's my chai pudding, which it's now 12 o'clock on Friday. It's the 28th of March. So I've had me drink this morning, me lemon, honey and ginger. So about now I'm going to have this to eat and my 3 dates, which I'm sticking to. I do have type 2 diabetes, and in the end of April is when they do my blood checks. Once a year they call you and do your blood checks, see how things are going. I will be disappointed if I don't get good results, because again the diet is, because of the wedding and because of the health issues and because of getting older, I am trying. So I'll keep you up to date with that. I've also need a new hip, which is another reason I'm trying to diet, because obviously they won't operate on you when you're overweight. So that's another reason I need a new hip. I'm rubbing it, I keep giving it a good rub, it doesn't make any difference. One thing I've looked at was this brand, the Crosta and Molikia. It's very good because the ingredients are excellent. It hasn't got a lot in. It's flour, olive oil, chili and some wheat flour. From a carbohydrate point of view, it has got 66 grams per 100 grams, but the whole packet's only 150 grams. And one day I probably could have sat down and ate all these. But what I was thinking is, if you're hungry, or like now, if I wasn't gonna have my usual smoothie or overnight oats or the chai, probably something like this with a bit of cottage cheese on would be nice. Tip from my daughter, she's using plain cottage cheese, chopping a boiled egg up and putting the boiled egg in the cottage cheese with a bit of flavouring. She said that's very nice. I'm going to try that for a difference. The other day I tried a Biona, was it a Biona rye bread with chai in? And it looked good. I thought, well, have that, toasted that. I put cottage cheese on, I put a bit of ham on, and the chai sprouts that I eventually grew. I put some of those, I thought, oh, that's really nice. I sat down at 12 o'clock to have it. One bite, it was bloody awful. I can't tell you what it tastes like, but it was claggy. It was just awful. It just really wasn't for me, which is where I thought, oh, it would have been much nicer than one of those. So if you can see those, you might want to try them. I'll report back to you. I'm waffling. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're sticking with the diet. As I say, I did go with Jenny to Origi Bianchi. Had a look around there. That's a lovely, really old-fashioned shop in Macclesfield. That's worth a visit. We did go to the cafe, but the cafe was a bit of a letdown because we sat for 45 minutes and the sandwiches were ordered didn't turn up because the girl had put them through the till, but the till hadn't sent them to the kitchen, and nobody bothered checking. So that was a bit, I hate that. I hate bad service. It drives me potty. It made it worse because all the young girls were just standing talking. I'm thinking, well, why aren't you checking to see what's happening? But that's me, more an old woman. So anyway, it did work here. We didn't get a sandwich, and I love Origi Bianchi, and I don't like to sort of bad mouth it, but you got to speak as you find, and that was sadly the experience. And what else have we done? We've been quite quiet because the boiler man's coming. We're getting a new boiler. Woo, we'll be sweating. But I don't know about you, I don't do working in the house very well. Some people are very blasé and manage and just get on with it, and my whole world tilts when I've got workmen, and I'm just absolutely useless at it. So we're going to clear the kitchen this afternoon, take a couple of cupboards off the wall and keep everything crossed out and get the cupboards back on, and that everything goes well, because I always think, what they're going to find, what's going to be the problem. See, so I jinx myself. I manifest problems before they even do anything. It's Mother's Day. If you're a mother, I hope you have a lovely Mother's Day on Sunday. If you're not a mother by your own choice or by the way nature is, I hope you have a lovely day. If you're the father who looks after the children, I hope you have a lovely Mother's Day. So everybody have it. In fact, the whole world have a lovely Mother's Day on Sunday. What am I doing? I don't think we're actually, I think the girls are coming over, so I've got some cheese scones and that in for them, and some olives and some pitas and just a little cup of tea. Nothing spectacular. I might get this out to terrify them. One good thing is I'd never be asked to make a birthday cake, so I'm waffling on. So the next lot of footage I'll put in where we've been. I hope you don't mind. I hope you quite like. I'm just trying to show you bits and pieces. I did my own nails as well. They've lasted quite well, and I put myself back in another 2 weeks. So look at me, all la-di-da. I went out to cut the hellebore. We saw some in a garden centre. I love hellebores. I think they're such lovely flowers. But the garden centres take all their leaves off, and we haven't been doing that with ours. So I went out the other day to do it. I thought, I hope I don't damage my nails. But anyway, I chopped off, and they do actually, it makes the flowers look prettier. So I've chopped them all off, and I thought, oh, that's good. I don't think I'd do it in winter, because I don't know if that leaves maybe protect the stems a bit. But maybe like when spring comes and the weather gets a bit warmer, I can chop the leaves off, because sometimes it can be a little bit messy. Anyway, I'm waffling on, aren't I? So it's lovely to speak to you. I shall see you next Sunday. And in between, I've been looking for little bits and pieces that I can put up as like just a mini vlog. So you may or may not, I've just showed you some old pictures of when we did the house up in the garden, and when it gets into summer I shall show you more of the garden, because it's yawning at the minute, it's just waking up. We've got lots of yellows and blues. So have a lovely Mother's Day, have a lovely rest of the week, and I shall speak to you next week, and hopefully I'll be able to say I've lost it. I would love to say I've lost another 2 pounds, because that will be a stone. But never give up. Keep there, girls and men. Bye. Well, here we are in Lymm, and this is the Lymm Dam, which you can walk all the way around, and then it drops down into Lymm itself, And every year there's actually a Lymm duck race where people buy ducks and race them and see who gets in. It's a plastic ducks, they don't use real ducks. So this is the first part of Lymm where everybody comes and visits and walks their dogs. And it's right beside the church and the main road that goes through Lymm. So as well as the dam in Lymm, we've also got the Bridgewater Canal running through. In the summer you get lots and lots of boats coming in and people staying for a while or passing through as they're going on. So this is down in the village. Oops. And this is the Lymm Cross and the stocks. There's a few people that like to put them there. This is the village centre. Now where we were at the top of the village, I said the dam comes down. The top of the village is where the trees, sorry, the dam is where the trees are, and this is how it feeds down into like the weir. So I think it's midwinter, early spring, I suppose. And it's even pretty now, so in the summer when the sun's out, it's glorious. And I've got a sign of the ducks, you don't know where they are. So here we are, the sky, Lymm Cheshire. Waitrose for a while, and we thought to have a run there today to see what's new and have a check out. And so much for keeping to a budget. I'm absolutely surprised at what we've got for £102. It was a shock. Anyway, let's talk you through it. The carrots, the essentials. We did get a few reduced bits and pieces, but not by that much. Whether the sprouts were good, they were £1. It's Michael's Kit Kat. I'm going to do an oat cake, so I needed some dark chocolate. I did pick up a whole chicken which we're going to cook. Michael's quite a greedy person, I'd say. He's always eating. He doesn't put weight on, but the chicken was shredded. Keep it in there, it'll do for sandwiches, for lunches and everything. And I've got some cheese scones here because Mother's here and the girls are coming over. So I'm going to do some cheese scones, and I've got some hummus and bits and pieces. A couple of eggs, again for Michael. What I sometimes do is I'll have the middle of the egg by itself. These are our favourite fish cakes. So they're quite cheap. They're £3.50, but we've got a couple of packs because we won't be going back for a while. The lemons, they're quite good because they're seedless, and we'll get through quite a few lemons, more or less one every other day. Potatoes, red potatoes, strawberry juice. We don't use many potatoes. We're getting to the stage now where a lot of them actually go out before we've used them, you know, start growing bristles. The lentils, although it looks as if I'm being arty-farty, they were actually, the organic were as cheap as Waitrose owned, so I went for the organic. We've gone up for the tuna. We do like this tuna. We eat a lot of tuna and bean salads, so that's the favourite. But I've also heard this is very good, so we're going to have a go at this. We haven't been to the honey farm for a while, so we're right stocks of those, so we've picked up 3 of those to tie us over. Got some cinnamon, some cocoa powder, because that goes in the oat cake I'm going to make. Kefir, that's the oat. Yeah, I do still like a homemade latte, so I haven't given up on them yet. Ham hock for a salad. Cottage cheese, because I really enjoy the cottage cheese with the Ribena thins, like I said. I've got some hummus just to do like for a Sunday for a bit of a tea. Prunes. Michael loves his prunes. He loves, you can see, walnuts, nuts. He eats out. For all I'm saying, he's quite greedy. He does eat a healthy diet. I've got pecan nuts because I'm going to have a couple of them now and again. Salad, I couldn't see many lettuces out and about, so I do need to get another lettuce, and we've got just a small cucumber. Grapes, I'm eating quite a few grapes at the minute, and I've got some satsumas because of satsumas tangerines. The kefir, you can get the bigger, if it was you and a partner who are both having kefir, I would say get the big one because it works out cheaper, but it was only me and you have to use it in 3 days, so that's why I've gone for the, I've got a frog in my throat, for the smaller size. We're going to do a soup as well, so the chicken that we bought, that will go into the soup. I'm trying to think what else. I haven't made a meal plan up, but I have got quite a bit of chicken in the freezer as well. I don't eat quite a lot of meat. I don't eat beef, I don't eat duck. I don't touch sausages. I'm not a big lover of sausages. I tend to just, my preference is chicken. So we do use a lot of chicken dishes. Oh, and the one thing we've been looking at is, just for a difference, trying some frozen chips now and again. For simplicity of being out. I don't know, what they're like, but we're giving them a try. Watermelon. Then we did nip round to the farm shop because we get our eggs at the local farm shop. So on here, and they also do some really nice, they're not called satsuma, they're called a funny name, knock somethings, aren't they? So I got 10 of those for £4, organic eggs, and then some cheese, and the biggest plum in the world. And then obviously it's a time for going for bread, so I went to the smokehouse, Cheshire Smokehouse, picked 2 granaries up, and what was the other one we got? Sourdough. And then Michael wanted some of that. I do like Bolton's biscuits, so they are very nice. Bolton one, and some little mini potatoes. Oh, and greedy gut sausage roll. He's got metabolism, you see, that's what I haven't got. So sadly, we were going to have a budget. Oh, don't they look pretty? How sad am I? So it was £102 in Waitrose. The farm shop, it was £9.60 for just the eggs and the oranges. And what did we spend in the smokehouse? It was 25, but as I say, the bread lasts us a good month, and we've doubled up on the satsumas. We'll still have satsumas next week, and the eggs last quite a while. So it's not a lot for your money, is there? We'll be back to Ocado next week. So just let me have a look at what we've got and what we're going to make meals around. Said to Michael it'd be interesting to divide it into 2, put his in one half and mine in the other, but I don't think I'd have half. Right, speak to you later. I don't know why I'm fat actually. Oh yeah, I'm greedy. Right, speak to you later. Oh, the Kit Kats makes as well. Bye for now. Welcome to the greenhouse. Let's have a look, see how these are doing. And I do it with one hand. It's probably doing what I thought. So, can you see those little sprouts now? And I've tasted one, just for research. What would I say? They taste very much like cress, but without that peppery taste of cress. Do they taste nice? They taste okay. I'm going to leave them for a couple more days, but definitely being in the plastic bag helps. I keep it in there, put it on the windowsill, and then bring it off the windowsill at the night time. Effort looking after them? None really. Cost, if you think a packet of chia seeds is only about £1 and you only sprinkle a few on. So if you've got the space, it may be worth having a go, because all that's involved is a plate, a kitchen towel and a plastic bag, and the rest is free. So there you go, chia seeds.